What's good, everybody? It's me, Vangloriousm, and we are back in the garage. So, you already know what's in here. It is the Supra. I got a surprise. In case you've been sleeping. So, I ended up picking up this bad girl on the 17th. I've had it for 2 weeks now. It's been really good. It's been beyond good. The car's great. Now I'm sure you're wondering, is this going anywhere? And I'm happy to admit that it is not. So this will be the garage queen, and it will stay that way, and we're gonna chase more power, and we're just gonna continue to have it do Supra things. So I'm excited that it's staying. The 86 is still here as well. So I want to show you guys some of the car. One thing I really love, the wheels. So these are raised forged wheels, 19-inch, and you get the Akebono brakes with them as well. So you can see back here and up front. It's a nice looking wheel. The car is dirty. The weather hasn't been playing nice the last week or two. So you can see badge right here. That's the first gen badge. And then on the inside of the car, it's pretty simplistic. Like, it doesn't take much with this car. It's super simple. So this is the performance trim. So your seats, you get leather with this soft touch suede, and it moves a little bit. It's a little buttery. They take it back to the shag, just kind of like the older Z cars, so that's pretty cool. And then you got your suede right here as well. All right. I've put a lot of miles on this already. I've just been driving. So it's been 2 weeks. I owe you guys this video. So when I got it, I had 16 miles. And here you go. So this is the dash. Looks pretty dope. The car is very simplistic. Like, it is very, very simplistic. Screen is like kind of big, and then it is manual. It has to be manual. Like, it just has to be. So you get your throwback gauges right here, like on the S30s. So this one is your boost gauge, and then that is your turbo speed, which I'll get into a little bit later. Probably when I go back to the office, I'll explain all that stuff. And then it's your battery gauge. You get a couple cool screen options. If I can just get this out the way. All right, and then change meter view. My second favorite is this one, enhanced. Really enjoying it. And my least favorite one is normal, just very basic. So I don't actually have a check engine light on or anything, in case you're wondering. I know it's like right in the middle, but I don't. That's just because the car's not on. All the lights are on because the car's not on. I was driving earlier today, so the temp is a little up, but it's not halfway, obviously. It's good readouts, good stuff. You get another boost gauge here just in case you're too lazy to look to your right. Towards the middle, G-force, upshift indicator, and tire pressure. And basically that goes live once you turn the car on, so that's cool. So this does have Apple CarPlay. It's a little slower than what's on the Supras, but honestly, I'm not gonna nitpick that. It works. I don't have an issue with it. It's fine. So your engine start stop button is right this way. Sorry, just trying to get the camera to act right. So it's right there, and then you have your S mode, which is synchro rev match. That's pretty nice. You get USB-C and then a regular USB right there, so that's cool that you got that. Not much to the inside at all, honestly. Sorry, I'm like all in your face now. There's not that much space in here. The hatch, it's pretty shallow. There's not much depth to it. If you're the type of person that likes to carry a lot of stuff, you should probably reassess that. Outside of that, this is a nice place to be. It's simple in comparison to the Supra. Like, it's not crazy. Illuminated door sill right here. You can't see it because it's not nighttime, but it does work. It is cool. And you do get heated seats in the performance trim, so that is something nice to have. I'll go ahead and open the hatch. Yeah, open the hatch. All right, so I have a cool cover here that comes with the vehicle. I'll slide this out the way so you can see the Z logo on the inside. So, like I said, you get space, but it's not very deep. That's the one critique I have. Outside of that, it's a nice place to be. Really wish they would have had like some type of shade so you can like conceal your stuff, because quite frankly, if I close this, you can see what's in here. I don't really like that. So that's just the doors. The doors are pretty cool. I like that they're paint matched. That's nice. Black mirror caps. This whole section right here in the top is actually super black, so that's Nissan's gloss black. And the point of attraction is the katana. So if you notice, it looks like a sword. It also looks like a sword going this way. So that's actually pretty dope. I'm a big fan of it. I liked it better when I saw it in person, so I was like, oh man, katana is actually really dope. So moving to the front, damn, it's having a hard time focusing. So the front of this vehicle, some people are just like not having it with it. I like it. I think the middle cutouts are great. I honestly think the grille looks awesome. I don't think this car looks bad at all. Honestly, it's the second best thing to have other than the S30, because that would be my number one car that I absolutely adore. It's first generation Z car. Even the lights, like the daytime running lights, are bottom and top, but if you look in between, it creates a Z. So there's little things that they added with this. Can we get more body line here? So you can see there's more of a body line coming here, down here. It's split down the middle like that. That's like really awesome. I love the front. A lot of people don't like it, but I happen to. So that's basically the car. I don't want to turn the car on for two reasons, because I did something today that I'm waiting to show you guys, and I'm purposely not showing you a section of the car that most people would be interested in. So for those reasons, we're skipping that, but that's the gist of the car. Then we have the Supra. Not much has changed with it. I'll run a comparison by you guys really fast while I have some time. Okay, so I'm gonna touch more into what people kind of like asked me, and then I was like, hey, I'm making a video and I'll explain this. So what is the car like compared to the Z directly? And directly in a sense, like, all right, you've driven this car a couple days and then you go back and drive the Supra. What are your takeaways? My takeaways is that the Supra is a more put together car. It seems like the MSRP and the value you get for that is worth every dollar for the most part. Whereas the Z, the stigma that there's a lot of reused things is kind of what doesn't warrant it for the price. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh no, like that doesn't make a difference. It makes the world of a difference. But what I can attest to is that the cars have different vibes to them, and one is more on the upper echelon of value, whereas the other one is more of a play on nostalgia and simplicity. Because if you're not a person who's solely fixated on power, the Z is most likely going to scratch your itch, because if you can get it for MSRP and stick shift, so that's 400 horsepower crank, very simplistic. It comes with some nice things, you know, like the performance pack. So you get your LSD, your spoiler, your Akebono brakes, and you get your race forged wheels, bigger infotainment, a little bit more of a premium setup on the inside. And then with the Supra, the thing is that really only selling the premiums, the manual editions, and then whatever special A91 editions that are available. The thing is that there's more of a variety to choose. So if you were the type of person who was trying to weigh your budget hands and CPO was an option, or a used car was an option, then there's so many more options for the Supra than there are for the Z, because the Z is kind of in a hard place right now. It's really not that faster than the domestics, and the domestic offerings are getting to the point where they're looking pretty attractive now in price and in value. So you already have faster competition. The Supra's already faster than it. I'm sure most of everyone has seen the Haggerty video where Jason Camisa and even Savage Geese, their offerings basically detail how much slower it is in the Supra, even in stock form. So you can only imagine. My Supra is tuned, full bolt-ons, upgraded turbo core, port injection, reflex. It's like that much faster than my Z. So there really isn't a comparison that I could give you that's super solid stock for stock. I can only go based off what I vaguely remember. And I do vaguely remember that the Supra already felt very fast. And as well, like, I'm big on sights and sounds. The older I get, the more sensitive I become to those things. And I can tell you right now, if you're the type of person that really enjoys hearing the car work, then the Supra is going to be the car for you, because whether it's stock or modified, the thing is, you get a nice symphony of noises. You get your exhaust noises. I don't know if pops and bangs really aren't your thing, then, I mean, you probably would like the Z a little bit more, but you'll find that you get so many noises and it brings joy when you hear them, and it makes you want to push the car. It's a very fun experience. With the Z, it's kind of like you hear fake engine noise, and that is in the Supra too, but the noises still outweigh that. But you have fake engine noise, and you do hear engine, but you hear no exhaust. You don't hear both of the turbos, and you don't really get any intake noise. And there is no wastegate because it's a recirculating valve. So just imagine this. You have something that sounds great, and then you have something that doesn't sound like anything. And they both make the same horsepower. You probably pick the one that sounds great, and you can kind of get that gratification. So it's gonna take a little bit more out of the Z for it to have character and for it to build up something to like get, you know, evoke some type of emotion out of you, like some type of fun. It feels very neutral. And that's the best way I can put it, because it's not necessarily bad, it's just on preference. Some people like a car that doesn't make a lot of noise but is sporty, and others, they want, you know, if it's wearing the superhero outfit, it wants to feel like a superhero. And that's exactly what the Supra does. It makes you feel omnipotent. And the Z, you would feel like it would have that same vibe, or it would go for the same thing, but it just doesn't hit it on that mark. And that could be from a slew of things. Anywhere from budget, anywhere from how they theoretically designed it to be. It's just, it takes a little bit more to get that out of the Z than it does the Supra. So that's probably the best takeaway I can give you. Both are great cars. I encourage you, whichever one you pick is gonna be good. But if it came down to like dollars and cents, you know, in value, it's Supra all day, every day. Overall, the Supra is a much better car. The Z is a great offering. Whichever one you choose is great. Just know you're going to be paying more in the long run with tuning than you will, let's say, a Supra. And I'll highlight some of that because there's a truth to that, and there's a fallacy to that. But the truth behind it is that, let's say you have a 2020 or early model 21, you won't have to go through the shipping your DME out, you know, nonsense of like femto and having to pay to get it unlocked overseas and then still pay for tuning in a downpipe. You escape all of that when you have a 2020 to early model 21. The 21s and up, unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to spend some dough to be able to tune, and then you're gonna have to spend money on your downpipe or whatever mods you have planned. And with the Z, that's not really the case. You just flash and you go. So that's something else to think about. So outside of that, that's really the only thing I have to add to what I was saying. I just figured it was all gonna come to me a little bit better when I'm in the office. It seems to work out better that way. So that's really all I got for you guys. I'm super excited that the car is here. It's been a journey. You've seen 2 or 3 videos me detailing, you know, details about the Z. You've seen me be disappointed about the price, and now you're seeing me own one. So thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and it's going to be a very exciting one. It features HKS, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.